What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a whiteboard session, and in today's video I wanted to do a bit of an area analysis about the areas which are upcoming, and I personally and strongly believe that investing in these are going to benefit you massively in the future, not just for cash flow but also appreciation. I'm going to talk a little bit in depth about all of them. So before I start the video, guys, I always say book in a free 30-minute call if you want any more information about in-depth investing in Dubai, and I'll be sure to help you out. And also I have a WhatsApp group exclusively for investors who are looking for, maybe it's a distressed deal, maybe it's a deal on the market from developers before you get access to it. And generally I'll be sharing a lot of valuable information in that WhatsApp group. Again, also free, so why not join it? Follow the links below and I'll see you there. Okay, so when you're investing in Dubai, like, it's obvious, it's so confusing. As soon as you type in on Google, invest in Dubai or buy a property in Dubai, you're swamped with ads and you see all these developments and it's so confusing, right? And then that's when eventually people come to me and they want some expert advice because it is very overwhelming. Now, you know, you might see amazing deals on the market, like, wow, this payment plan's incredible. Wow, this development looks insane. But the thing is, you know, you need to understand the areas before you invest in them. All right, so I'm going to break them down. So I'm not going to do these in any particular order, but we're going to start with Meydan. So MBR, Mohammed bin Rashid City, also where like Shoba is located, Shoba Heartland. So I'm just going to write MBR. So this area is located around 10 minutes from Business Bay / downtown. It's very, very easy to get to. So this area is predominantly owned by Shoba. So they've got a lot of the land and they're building so much there. Now, I'll tell you why I like it. Number one, I love Shoba as a developer because, you know, they are a master developer. They've got a proven track record. They deliver products not just on time, but they're actually known for delivering them early. The quality of them is incredible. And like I say, you know, what they're actually bringing, they're like springing a new life to this area. So, you know, you look at downtown and it's, you know, a lot of the buildings are old now, you know, it's, you know, like 10, 15 years old. It's not saying that downtown or anything is still a bad investment. Of course not. No, because the location is perfect. But, you know, in these areas, you know, they're very, you know, a lot of these buildings, they don't look that great, and they're definitely not that great when you go into them. But in the MBR area, you know, we see developers over there and they're developing new products. And not just that, if we look at a future perspective, you know, there are lagoons coming. You know, again, this is massive, this, you know, like in Dubai, if there's an area that's bringing lagoons, I mean, we'll talk a little bit later about other lagoon communities, but, you know, because not everyone can afford to live by the beach. There's also very limited land near the beach. So, you know, maybe in the future that'll change when the new palm is open. But right now, like, they're bringing the lagoon to you. You know, everyone wants waterfront living. You know, it's a known fact that Dubai gets extremely hot. So to be near the water feels good, right? Not only that, you know, we've got the new malls that are coming as well. And the accessibility to the downtown area is a massive plus. So you see some of Shoba's products, you know, they've got all of the ones that are just handing over, like Shoba Waves, you've got One Park Avenue, and then you've got their new upcoming developments like Riverside Crescent or Shoba One, where it's got an exclusive 18-hole golf course on it. You see all of these areas, right? In this area, I know we're going to perform well because eventually, you know, people want to move into those modern apartments, and this is what this area offers. Okay, and we are naturally seeing a lot of appreciation. I mean, it's still very much under construction. For example, Shoba Heartland 1, I would say it's like, I don't know, if you go there, you'll see there's a lot of buildings under construction, but I'd say it's somewhere like 70% complete, maybe 65% complete. And then they've got Shoba Heartland 2, that'll take a bit longer, but we're not gonna get too into depth about that. But the idea is that this area right now, in my opinion, is one of the best because of its like upcoming, you know, surroundings and everything else that's going on there. You know, there's a lot of people migrating to that area. So the next one I wanted to talk about, Creek Harbour. So Creek Harbour has been a bit of a funny one because we've not seen, you know, amazing appreciation so far on certain products. I still think this area is massively undervalued. Now, if you go to Creek, it does feel a little bit out of the way. And what I mean by that is, you know, it's its own little sort of creek, it's its own little island. So you've got to drive quite a bit of a distance to get there, which I guess for some people, it seems kind of far away. Like compared to Shoba, Shoba's just, well, Meydan, MBR area, you know, you just drive it, it's not that complicated to get to. Whereas Creek, it's not complicated to get to, but it does take a bit longer, right? Now, the thing is about this area is that it's waterfront, it's real waterfront living. And that's what I try to stress to people. Waterfront living is the living that everybody wants in Dubai, or at least they strive to. Like if you look at the price for a 3-bedroom, they're still selling at 3.5 million dirhams for a 3-bedroom. If you go anywhere where else there's water, like Emaar beachfront, you're looking at like 9 million plus for a 3-bedroom in the same, waterfront community. But as again, it is sort of on its own. Now, so we're going to write that down. So it's a waterfront. And that's why, I still strongly believe that this area will be one of the best upcoming areas, but it still needs time to appreciate because there's still a lot of land, there's still a lot of construction. Whereas I said, MBR, let's just say Shoba, Heartland 1, I said that's about, let's say 65% complete. That figure might be wrong, but it's around 65, in my opinion, 65, 70%. Whereas Creek, if you go there, you still see an amazing amount of empty land, So I'd say it's probably still at 50%. Obviously, if you drive into Creek, there's a lot of stuff that's handed over, don't get me wrong. And the fact that it's a master community by Emaar, obviously you're going to know who Emaar are, they built the Burj Khalifa. They own that land, so they've got no room. They have control over what's being built there, So it's not like other developers can just come in and start building their own design buildings. It's all relatively the similar, style buildings, and it's a very nice community, and it's still got a long way to grow. So JVC and Arjan is one of those places that a lot of people in the past have said, yeah, I don't know if I want to invest there. And the reason is because if we look at JVC as a community and Arjan, a lot of the buildings there are very, very old, all right? So it kind of, when you went to look for a property there to maybe stay in or live in, there was never anything that pleasant to go and buy or rent there, So if you go there, you look at the buildings, you're like, but then Ellington came in and then they sort of took over a little bit, and then Ellington have a strong presence in JVC right now. And there's a load of other developers like Imtiaz, Iman developers, I could go on, all right? And there's a few developers that I really trust in this area. But what I'm trying to say is these areas in particular, over the next 3 to 4 years, are going to be incredible. And I say that because the level of developments that are coming here are just amazing. It's like affordable luxury. So for somebody that can't afford to live in the marina, or for somebody that wants to have a real nice apartment, because if you want to go into the marina and rent a real premium apartment, you're going to be paying a lot of money for it. Whereas you can move to JVC, which is 15 minutes away from the city. It's only 15 minutes to marina, bearing in mind no traffic, and then around 20 minutes to downtown. And pretty much everyone drives in Dubai anyway, so that's not an issue. But these areas, all right, in the future are going to, when all these new developments hand over, there's going to be so much more life to it, because more and more people are going to want to move to the areas where they can rent somewhere, which is affordable luxury, beautiful, modern, European finishing, open kitchens. And that's what we're seeing. And we're seeing a gradual shift of people moving to these areas because, again, people want to live in affordable accommodation, but also have a level of luxury. And this is what these areas offer. Not only that, compared to any other areas when you are investing for the first time, JVC and Arjan is actually very, very affordable. You can pick up a good 1-bed for 850 to 900,000 dirhams. I wouldn't recommend buying anything lower than that because, maybe a new developer might offer you something for 750 for a 1-bed, but it's likely that they probably haven't done much, in my opinion. But anyway, if you even get an apartment for 900,000 dirhams, a 1-bedroom between 700 and 800 square foot, that's a good price right now because you can't find anything else in the market in such a good location, And when I say good location, yes, it's not a waterfront property, and no, it's not in the center of the city, but it's very, very close, Driving to and from does not take long at all. Okay, so another one this isn't necessarily an area as such because this is its own community, and I'm a big sucker for Damac Lagoons. I've sold a lot there too, and the reason why I like Damac Lagoons so much, it has such a bright future. If we look at any comparable areas, townhouse communities or anything like that, it's so undervalued. When I say it's undervalued, yes, the off-plan prices have risen quite considerably from the first time they launched. But for example, now you can still, from the time I make this video, I don't know how long you've watched it since I posted, but right now, as of today, in June 2023, you can still get a 4-bedroom townhouse for around 3.1 million dirhams, which is a extremely good price, even though they are, like I said, considerably more expensive when they launched, but that's still a good price because this is going to be a waterfront property. People want to live near the ocean, right? but not everyone can afford to live near the ocean. You know, if you want a 4-bedroom on the Palm, you're going to pay 30 million dirhams, all right? But if you want to live in a lagoon community, you can get a 4-bedroom for as little as like 3.1 million. From the developer, this isn't resale, but from a developer, you can still get a 4-bedroom for 3.1 million dirhams. And what I'm saying about this area in particular is like the appreciation on this is going to be massive, because right now you're still technically buying into a concept. And what I mean by that, it's still a sand pit, all right? They have actually started constructing a lot on there. And to be honest, Santorini is going to be handed over in 2024. So, and the central hub. So there is a lot of construction already, you know, way underway. But, you know, by the time it completely finishes in 2026 and onwards, you know, this is going to be like a holiday resort. This is going to be a type of place where people from all over the world are going to want to live. You know, you imagine families, right? Families who can't afford hotels on the Palm that want to be, you know, near water parks and stuff like that and have that outdoor, you know, waterfront lifestyle living. What are they going to do? They're going to go onto Airbnb. They're going to see what they can find, and boom, Damac Lagoons is going to come up. And I guarantee you, these places are going to benefit massively from short-term rentals, long-term rentals, and not only that, of course, appreciation. So, listen, I could name so many more. So I apologize if you've invested somewhere else and I've not mentioned it, but that doesn't matter because these were just on my radar that I wanted to talk about today. This is what I've sold a lot of properties in these areas in particular, because I personally advise my clients very strongly, depending on their budget, where to invest. And if they've got a lower budget, I always say, you know, head towards the JVC and Arjan area. Doesn't mean it's a bad investment at all. And then if you've got a slightly larger budget, then we head up to sort of like MBR and Creek. And then if you know you want to start spending, let's say above $700,000-800,000, you know, then we start looking at the villa and townhouse communities. And right now I strongly advise Damac Lagoons is going to be a winner. All right, so guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you found something useful. As always, book that call, join the WhatsApp group, and I'll see you there.